As we continue our series on the impact Fort Benning brigades make on the Army, we focus on a functional training brigade that, since the recent reorganization, has acquired quite a few courses. The 316th Cavalry Brigade may have the word cavalry in it, but it trains more than just scouts. It's now the Maneuver Center's functional training brigade.
We are moving to a functional combined arms training brigade where we cover all of the functional training here at the MCoE. So the rationale was to bring the two infantry battalions in to allow us to co-locate critical functions across the MCoE.
The 316th used to cover armor and cavalry officer leadership and several reconnaissance courses. Now it's responsible for much more.
We've got a total of 26 active POIs across the brigade, and they run the gambit from all of the reconnaissance courses, the Army Reconnaissance Course, the Cavalry Leaders Course, and also now from the RTB, the Reconnaissance Surveillance Leaders Course. We've got all the Master Gunner courses, both the tank, the Bradley, and the MGS Striker. We've got the Bradley Leaders Course, the Striker Leaders Course.
While the most important priority for the brigade is to instruct the massive programs of instruction it now has, its secondary priority would be to make sure their cadre and those who teach are afforded every opportunity to succeed themselves.
The first is the POI and teaching the POI, and that always being, that is the only reason we exist. The second is professional development. Both Command Sergeant Major Inman and I are believers that a soldier, an officer, an NCO that comes to this organization needs to leave here, whether it's 3 months or 3 years, they need to leave here better than they were when they got here.
This newly reorganized brigade makes it easier for courses to coordinate and collaborate their training, using the strengths of each course to the whole brigade's advantage.
Long term, this just gives us a way to impact the force and a way to advertise what we do. So instead of having a single course trying to market itself out there to the force, we now have a brigade where that is what we do to make that better. So I think the future is very, very bright.
The impact of the 316th on the entire Army is obvious in the thousands of soldiers and leaders that will come through its courses in the years to come.
The old quote that teachers touch eternity, the leaders and the trainers in this brigade touch everything the Army does. So that legacy from the training they get here goes out into every organization in the Army.
The 316th Cavalry Brigade is now the home of many vital courses that build soldiers, leaders, and professionals. In looking at the future of this brigade, you also look at the future of training for the Army's soldiers. Nicole Randall, Fort Benning TV.